What is going on, everyone? It is Super here, and welcome to another Injustice 2 video. And today I'm going to be doing another Q&A video, this time on only Injustice questions, and I'm going to be doing that throughout the course of the next couple weeks. So if you have your own Injustice 2 question that you want to ask, make sure you guys leave it in the comment section. Of course, I'm going to be doing a separate videos for MKX related questions. So let's get started. First question comes from Christy, and she asks, who do I least want in Injustice 2? So if she's talking about characters who I don't want returning to Injustice 2 from Injustice, there are actually quite a lot of characters that I would rather see replaced. So I'll give you guys a few. Number one would probably be Sinestro. There's no real need for him to be in it because Atrocitus is in it already, and I'm sure Green Lantern's going to be in it, so you don't need another Lantern character to be in it. I think those two are just fine. And Sinestro, in my opinion, is like the lamest looking character in Injustice 2. I think there's a lot of characters that look sick that could replace characters like Sinestro, like Hawkgirl. I know that Raven has a lot of fans, but Raven could get replaced. Bane, all these characters that could be replaced by, cooler looking characters. So I would say those are the characters that I wouldn't want returning to Injustice 2 from the regular Injustice. And as far as like just overall, what character do I not want to see? I don't really have one. I think as long as it's not those characters returning in Injustice 2, I would be completely fine with pretty much any character. I'm open to anything. So next up here next question comes from Boogeyman, and he asks, do I think Deadpool has a chance to be in Injustice 2 as a DLC character? And I actually do think that Deadpool would be a perfect character to have in Injustice 2. Guest characters, especially in the Injustice series, open up more possibilities than Mortal Kombat X or just a Mortal Kombat game, based on, this is a quote from Ed Boon, he pretty much said that because there's no fatalities and no like gore in Injustice games, that it actually opens up, a lot more possibilities for guest characters to come into the game. So I think Deadpool is a huge fan favorite. Obviously he would attract a lot of attention to the game. I don't know if they could get the license for him, but it would be awesome if he were to make it, and I definitely think that he has a chance. I wouldn't say that he has no chance. I'd say he has a slim chance that he would make it into the game. So moving on here, King JE asks, do you read comics, and if so, what do you feel, or how do you feel about the whole DC Rebirth events and Darkseid War? Well, I don't know about the Darkseid War, but I do know about the DC Rebirth, and what makes me really happy about this is they actually made Dr. Manhattan canon in the whole DC universe. That makes me so happy because Dr. Manhattan is one of my favorite comic book characters of all time. I think he is amazing. Like all his powers, I think, he's a blue naked guy. All right, he's a blue naked guy that could do anything he wants. He actually is responsible for all the crazy shit happening in the DC Rebirth universe, because he turned back time and he altered dimensions, stuff like that. So it's awesome that they finally made him canon because he could do anything. He's pretty much like a god, you know what I mean? So that's why I would want him in Injustice 2 as, just a main roster character or even a DLC character down the road, because his powers in Injustice 2 would be awesome. And I would main him over everyone, even over Harley Quinn, even over Superman, who is my favorite comic book character of all time. I would main Dr. Manhattan over anyone in a heartbeat because I think he just looks really sick and his powers are really interesting. So I do know a little bit about that. As far as his other question, whether I read comic books, no, I do not read comic books, but I do know, I try to keep myself informed on, the whole comic book world. So especially when Injustice 2, I need to stay informed on all this stuff. So moving on here, comes from Shane Smith, and he asks, am I a fan of the Teen Titans, and if so, what Teen Titan would I like to see in Injustice 2? So I'm not really too much of a huge fan of the Teen Titans, but I would like to see Starfire and Beast Boy make it into Injustice 2, because first of all, Beast Boy could transform into animals, and I think having that being animated and transferred into a video game, into a fighting game like Injustice 2, I think that would look amazing. And he would just be like a really fun character to play. And another character that I actually really like is Starfire. I actually have Starfire to make it into Injustice 2 in the initial roster. I think she will replace Raven in the 28 character roster when the game comes out. I think her powers are awesome. I think she's the coolest, one of the coolest looking characters in the Teen Titans team. And yeah, those are the two that I would like to see in Injustice 2. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure that if you have any Injustice 2 related questions, leave it in the comment section. So that's gonna be it. I will catch you guys next time.